Hello, I'm Kate Driver, naturopath and the perimenopause practitioner. And today I wanted to talk about your adrenal glands. These little adrenal glands, which sit on top of your kidneys, they regulate your stress response and inflammation in your body and your minerals. But these glands, the reason why I wanted to talk about them is because they're so important in a woman over 40 or 50 in perimenopause and menopause to avoid any annoying symptoms and to go through these stages of your life and these transitions with ease. So if these glands are dysfunctional, then you're going to have issues and get symptoms. And so many people talk about their hormones and what they can take to balance them. There are so many other issues that can be happening as well. But the adrenal glands are generally not talked about enough and are overlooked. And adrenal health is so important all through your life, but particularly at this stage if you're getting symptoms. So what I find is that high achieving women or women that are just busy running households and working and socializing as well and having a busy life, which most people do, multitasking and not getting enough sleep, then these little adrenal glands can actually burn out and start to fail, not fail altogether, but to fail and not to function as efficiently. So one of the phases when you're running around and you're pushing yourself to the limit all the time, it means you've got high cortisol continually. And this happens generally as the hormones start to drop in perimenopause and menopause as well. They can fluctuate depending what's happening in perimenopause because estrogen fluctuates wildly, and that's why sometimes you get symptoms and sometimes you don't. But the cortisol, when it rises and you've got high cortisol, this can cause a lot of anxiety, irritability, feelings of being wired and tired. So you might be tired all day and at night time you're tired and you just can't wait to go to sleep, but you can't sleep because your cortisol won't shut down, and you might go to sleep eventually, but you might wake up a lot. That's one of the signs of high cortisol. Other signs are cravings for sugar and other foods that you don't normally have, putting on belly weight around your midriff. Everything you tried to lose weight doesn't work. It means that probably your cortisol is high. It might be a congested liver also, but when your cortisol's when your cortisol is high, then that causes you to retain fat around your belly. So this is part of the reason why you can't lose weight around then if you've got a lot of stress or you're busy. High blood pressure can also be a sign if blood pressure's all of a sudden popping up at this time, and cholesterol as well. If your cholesterol all of a sudden increases, our hormones are produced from cholesterol, including cortisol. So this can be one of the reasons why. And then if you get burnout and your adrenals start to not function and your cortisol is just no longer able to stay that high, then eventually you may not feel like you can get out of bed easily. It doesn't matter how much sleep you get, and you might not be getting any at all, but even if you do sleep well, you might feel that you just feel tired no matter what. And then you can also just feel like you're overwhelmed all the time and every little thing bothers you, and you don't really, it's because your body is not helping you buffer the stress. Your body just cannot deal with any type of stress, and then you might start feeling depressed and feeling like you're not motivated. These can be signs as well. So this is what you don't want to get to, because this can eventually lead to adrenal fatigue or chronic fatigue syndrome, as sometimes it's known as. And you don't want to push your body to that state of being. And if you're experiencing symptoms already, listen to your body. So listen to those symptoms, why they're whispering to you and telling you should be doing something, because otherwise they're going to scream louder and louder, and then you will get worse symptoms. And if you're in perimenopause, this is the time that you want to do something now, so then you go through menopause and postmenopause really easily. So what you can do to look after your adrenal glands right now is prioritize your rest. Now, I understand that you're probably very busy and you can't just put everything down and leave it, but you need to prioritize rest and relaxation and take some time to yourself every day. And find something you can enjoy, because if it all seems like chores and busyness and nothing that you enjoy, then that's not very good and healthy for your body mentally, but also for your adrenal glands. And you also want to slow down as much as you can and try and go to sleep before 10 p.m. Even if you're not sleeping well, try and go to bed before 10 p.m. and try and get 7 or 8 hours sleep. This is really important for nourishing every part of your body, your hormones and everything as well, but also your adrenal health. If your adrenal glands don't get the nourishment they need, then and the support they need, then you can also be prone to having thyroid issues and subclinical hypothyroidism, where your thyroid gland and your metabolism start slowing down and even more issues start happening, and you don't want that either. So prioritize rest. Try and keep your meals fairly regular. Every 4 to 5 hours, try and eat something with high protein as well, which helps balance your blood sugar levels. The last thing you want is to have fluctuations with your blood sugar levels, because you'll be stressing your adrenal glands if you're if you're intermittent fasting, or if you're starving yourself in between meals and not eating enough. Then this can cause the adrenals to work harder to put out this cortisol to help release glucose from your stored areas of your body so you can survive. And that is fine if you're feeling quite well, but if your adrenals are stressed and you're busy and you're overwhelmed and you've got lots of symptoms, it may not be a great idea. And particularly if you're exhausted all the time, do not do that. Make sure you eat regularly and high protein at every meal. And lots of nourishing plant foods, lots of nourishing nutrients in plant foods, leafy greens particularly, because of all the B vitamins and magnesium and minerals that they contain. These are quite nourishing for your adrenal health. And adding Celtic sea salt, which is a balance of minerals to your food or your drinking water, small amounts to alkalize your drinking water as well, can be very helpful. And 2 things to really look at avoiding if you can, or at least reducing, is caffeine and alcohol, because these can stimulate and weaken the adrenal glands that are already always overworking. And not only that, they both deplete nutrients from your body, caffeine particularly the minerals that you need for your nervous system and your adrenals to function. So these are probably the tips that I can share with you in this time that I decided to chat about this. If you'd like some more support and you would like to know a lot more and get some more tips, I would love to share with you my Ditch the Hormone Drama Guide, which is linked below. It's a free guide that I've put together that talks about this adrenal health and the symptoms you might be experiencing and what you can do naturally. So I've actually put some of my most favorite supplements in there. Just be aware, if you do take any of these tips on board, that you're not on any medications and you need to check with your health practitioner and just to make sure it's safe. But this guide and these suggestions will get you back on track and feeling good in no time. If you're not wanting to read a guide and you haven't got time for that and you like listening, then you can also listen to my webinar. I have a free webinar that I'm running at the moment, which I go through everything you need to know about going through perimenopause and ditching those symptoms, and the 3 changes that you need to know about to avoid having a horrible menopause as well and be symptom free. So that link is below also. I thank you very much for listening, and I wish you very good adrenal health and good health generally, and thank you so much for listening. Bye.